Good evening. Is this okay? Yeah, my name is Lucilla Scioli. I am a director in DigiConnect for digital industry. I'm actually new in this position of director. I've been there for 1 month only. But one of the most important areas for which I'm going to be responsible, I'm responsible now, is artificial intelligence and robotics. And this is very important for me because I always took a keen interest on technology, on artificial intelligence. I see a lot of benefits artificial intelligence can bring. Artificial intelligence is going to be fundamental in healthcare, it's going to be fundamental in education, it's going to be fundamental in many different areas, precise farming, what have you, in all the sectors of the economy, as was said earlier. And it's nothing new. If you want, the process of automation already started many years ago, but it is only recently that technological progress accelerated, mainly because data are available, many more data, many more sophisticated algorithms, much more computing power. And so this has made artificial intelligence, or everybody talk about artificial intelligence now. But it's not new to the European Commission. The European Commission has been working in this area for a while. For example, we have a public-private partnership called SPARC, which was launched in 2014. Commission put 700 million euros in that partnership, and the industries put more than 2 billion euros. And even recently, a few months ago, we had a call for setting up a platform on artificial intelligence, which we would like this platform to provide services for small, medium enterprises for the development and the use of artificial intelligence. So we have been active, and we have strong scientific excellence in Europe, and in particular when it comes to artificial intelligence linked to robotics. But of course, you know very well that in other continents, investments are much bigger than they are here, and the ecosystem is very different there compared to here, where in artificial intelligence, we don't really have big companies in Europe, and we have a lot of small, medium enterprises and startups, however, who are active in this field. But we have to make sure that in the future we have enough resources not to be left behind. It's not a race with the United States or with China, but it is a situation where the technology is so important that we cannot in the future depend on the imports from other continents. So we have to make sure that we have enough resources to invest and develop the technology in Europe and make the technology work according to the principles that we decide and our European values. So, you know, when you read about this technology, you hardly read about the benefits, and most of the time you read about the concerns. And as it was highlighted earlier, there are concerns about liability, there are concerns about safety, there are concerns about transparency, and a lot of issues that, of course, are very visible when you think, for example, of self-driving cars and these kind of examples. You know that there are decisions that will need to be taken in Europe for what kind of principles should be reflected in the developments. But one of the most important social impacts, and this is the main theme of this evening, is the impact on work. And when it comes to work, we read all sorts of things. We read that 50% of the jobs will be destroyed. Then the OECD comes and says, no, it's only going to be 10%. And very often people come to us, say, European Commission, can you please tell me how many jobs are going to be lost? And to be honest, we don't know. And actually, I think it is not possible to know. Some jobs will be lost. A lot of new jobs will be created, because if you now just look at the most searched professions in LinkedIn, you will see that 90% are profiles that didn't exist before, professions that 3 years ago you never even heard about. So new jobs have been created, and on the balance, Whether it's more lost or more new jobs, we don't know. At the moment, unemployment has not been declining, and I've seen studies that say there have not been any technological-related unemployment yet. You can even look at Germany, which is probably the country with the biggest intensity in terms of robots, and it's a country with a very low unemployment rate. But there will be frictions, because obviously those who lose the jobs are those that tend to have more routine kind of jobs, and they don't necessarily have the skills to take up the new jobs. So, and probably the new jobs are created in different areas from the areas where the jobs are lost. So there will be frictions, and Europe has to prepare to face these issues. What are the main policies to address these issues? There are fiscal, redistributive policies, taxation, welfare systems, and all this is very much in the hands of the member states. Then there are education and skills policies, and these are mostly in the hands of the member states, but still we can do something about it. For example, we could anticipate a little bit the job losses that are taking place in some sectors. There's one suggestion I often give, for example, to the social partners, is that they could discuss by sector whether there are jobs that are particularly at risk of being lost. And then one could organize with the industry, with the European Social Fund, with other European instruments, more training for the people who have jobs at risk of being destroyed. Thirdly, I think that industrial policy can also help, because artificial intelligence is going to be probably a source of income inequalities. And here I think that it's going to be very important that on the one hand, there are developments in artificial intelligence that make the technology easy to use. So interfaces that make technology easier to use than it may be now. On the other hand, I would like to see more technology being acquired across the European territory by the small, medium enterprises with easier interfaces. And then I think that the possibility of having technology everywhere can help in fighting these inequalities. And here we have a system of digital innovation hubs. These hubs are kind of advisors to small medium enterprises about how to use new technology and how to take up, for example, artificial intelligence solutions for their business to become more productive, are going to be crucial. Now let me conclude to tell you that on the 25th of April, as part of a bigger package, the Commission will launch a communication on artificial intelligence. I cannot anticipate anything of what's going to be in that communication, but it is telling the fact that this is 2018, so we are at the end, if you want, of our legislative period, but we need to prepare the steps for the future initiative. So we should see this communication we're going to produce is going to be a first step in a policy, a more complete policy on artificial intelligence. And in taking that step, we'll pay particular care in involving the community, in mobilizing the community. So you will be involved, I guess. I can only tell you, stay tuned, and we will see each other much more often in the future. Thank you.